Hi everyone, I suppose that this is attempt number 50 of trying to make the video today because somebody is too active and unfortunately will have to leave. But this is a quick proof for you that despite me not looking as a 40 years old, I am experienced enough to be talking about this father topic. So let's go.
Looking for a professional video? Not here. But need something interesting and honest? Sometimes with a bit of Russian flavor? You are at the right place. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you subscribe, I would be more than happy. Thank you.
Most men, sooner or later, come to the point of growing up and become very old. But before that, they study, work, have fun, and finally kids. No, I don't mean that's the end of the story. Instead, that's a great new period of life, full of studying, working, and having fun, but with kids. It might be obvious that a decent man, husband, and a potential father should fully understand his new responsibilities and be ready, but that's mistake number one. You can never be ready. By the way, try to guess what is my age, put it in the comment section and see my story and the correct answer in the end of the video. Problems and fears. I suppose the women are most interested in this, why men are not ready. Why after 3, 5, 7 years of relationship, we are not there yet. Question to the female audience, have you talked about this to your man? Because we are doing just fine. So there is always some place for gentle push. But first of all, you should be ready yourself and make your man see this, because otherwise he won't respect your decision and take action. Number one, I think the problem of men is really simple, and just like women in some situations, everything must be perfect, mostly meaning finances. Honey, we only have one room, we need more space, we don't have a car, let's first buy one. My income is not big enough, let's wait till I get promoted, says the man despite having a lot of other expenses and fine. Or at least he thinks so, but he doesn't say so because you don't talk about it. Some men want to be responsible, but they don't understand that expenses in the baby's first years are not enormous, that a baby doesn't need a separate room because he or she will sleep next to you, and that's okay. Men start calculating costs on everything. Me, for example, yes, I did it. Cost on school, university, everything that will take place in several years, and start comparing it with the current budget. So women, if you find yourself comfortable, try to explain to your man why everything is fine, why you are not worried about the finances. Not that you don't care, but you are sure everything will be okay. And men, just be more realistic. I do understand that healthcare programs and other expenses vary in different countries, and probably the US audience could think that giving birth is quite expensive. I don't know the pricing. I just heard that US medicine is quite expensive. For example, in Russia, you can give birth for free, and the accommodation will be fine, single room, everything is okay. Maybe I'm wrong, but finalizing, yes, definitely there will be some expenses, but don't dramatize about it. Another issue is responsibility. Wow, that's such a loud word for men who, I wouldn't say don't take it serious. Instead, they exaggerate it. I'm not ready for such responsibility. Ask yourself or your man, what is this responsibility? Well, it's just hard to raise a baby. No, what exactly? Diaper changing? Dear man, as a father myself, I'm telling you, it's not as hard as tying shoelaces, and I am definitely not better at it. All other stuff is quite simple as well. The only responsibility that a man should understand is that raising a child is a process of two people, two parents. You should be able to help your partner in different situations, because if you don't, what kind of relationship are we talking about? Another problem is, I'm too young for that, I'm not ready, I haven't seen the world yet, etc. You know, there is one thing that actually unites men and women, and that's postponing. I'll do something tomorrow, it'll be fine. Then tomorrow you think, I'll do it another day, it's on another day, it's okay. I do understand what you are feeling, but I gathered strength and now making this video just a week after I got the idea of making this video. And have in mind that I'm a working man, plus I have family, so time is definitely not something I have much of. The same stuff happens with getting kids. I'm just 25, I'm only in the process of becoming somebody of this world, so when I get 30, I see following options. First of all, you broke up with your girlfriend, or even wife. No, she broke up with you, because you were always saying, I'm not ready, so she finally went away. Now you are alone, or probably you have a new relationship, but it will take more time for you to get a better connection and finally be ready for something you were actually ready 5 years ago with the previous partner. And maybe deeply inside, you will have some regrets because your previous partner was better at something, I don't know. The second option is you have more or less succeeded in this life. Great job. You're a manager at some company, you're getting paid well, but you're overloaded and you definitely don't know how to fit something new in your life. So what do? Again, you postpone. Some time goes, and finally you get ready and you say to yourself that I can do it and turn 35. No, 40 years old. I can outline dozens of these situations, but I hope you got the point. I myself had a conversation with many men who would actually agree that there were no unbreakable obstacles, and if they could start the family earlier, they would definitely do it. I do agree with this because, you see, for example, you are 50, your son is 15, you want to go to play basketball with him or travel, but your back hurts, you're tired, and you cannot let yourself do something at 50 that you could at 40. People start making families at 35 plus, thinking that this age is great because they finally got prepared, they bought everything they needed, they bought a new house. So in the beginning, they will provide everything that's required. But question is, will they in 10 or 15 years? Of course, that is not a 100% working formula. So the audience over 35 who's now watching me, don't take it to the heart, but I hope you got the point. So now we are getting to the main question of this video: how can a man understand that he's finally ready? As I said in the beginning of the video, you can never be ready. And I still agree with this because unless you have experience in something, you can admit that you know what it is and you're ready for something. And that actually works for anything. For example, giving birth. Yeah, so my wife was watching a lot of videos and reading articles about this. But at the moment of giving birth, everything was completely different. No, everything came out from the right place, but only after experiencing this physically and mentally, she could admit that she knows what giving birth is. By the way, I was with her all the time, approximately 10 hours, and I didn't watch any specific videos to get prepared as a man. I did watch some funny compilations about men fainting. I can say that all that feelings, yes, all that experiencing just watching my beloved woman suffering without anesthetics, or just the moments when I was trying to help her with everything, opening the window and giving her some water, etc. Definitely I would not understand this unless I had that experience. I hope men didn't close the video after this story and are still with us. But getting back, first of all, to making kids, I see following things that men should bear in mind, and actually there are not many of them. Number one, evidently, obviously, work. And that is actually stupid to deny that if you don't have money, but you have a kid, you'll have some problems. Okay, so I won't be saying any obvious stuff like, no money, no honey. You see, the point is, why I do think work is inevitable, because it makes a person responsible. If you succeed at your working tasks, and you do succeed because otherwise you get fired, you start to understand how to manage your time, what skills to improve, and just how to be responsible. So getting some working experience for me is getting aware of such things as commitment and delivery. The second thing is quite obvious as well, and this is a place to live at. I did have some experience of distant relationship, but as I said earlier, raising a kid is a process of two parents, not one by one, but together. And basically you can live in the forest and raise Tarzan, but I don't think that's a good option. The common problem people face is not actually their apartment itself, but its size or conveniences. Some of my friends and colleagues actually shared an idea that they would not get kids unless they have 2 rooms. Just try to think logically. Would you leave a 1-month or 1-year-old baby alone in another room? Some people actually do so. And I don't say that it's wrong, that it's something critical. Everybody has its own understanding, maybe it's okay. But what I mean, there is no obligatory restriction that you need a separate room. So if you only have 1 room, for example, as I do now, that's totally fine. I would say that getting kids brings you additional motivation. So when you get kids, you definitely will find a way to enlarge your apartment. But for a beginning, you at least need some. The last thing I think man needs is quite obvious as well. Actually, everything I'm saying is quite obvious, and it's not a thing, it's a person, it's a great person, and definitely this is your partner. I think it's wrong to discuss the baby topic without a relationship one. And talking about partner, for a man mostly, I mean a woman. And I don't want to offend any single gender couples, just because I didn't have such an experience. I didn't have any advice about this from my friends, so perhaps I am the wrong person to giving any commentary. However, something that I would like to say, I suppose it can work for all. So even before making a decision about kids, you should be fully sure that your partner is the one you need, the one you love, and would spend the rest of your days with. And it is hard to believe that if you have such warm and respectful attitude towards your partner, you will fail to be a great spouse and a parent. Of course, your choice shouldn't be based only on some positive sides that most women think, most men only think of. You should see that this person is ready to have kids as well. As I said earlier, this is the process of 2 people, and maybe you are ready, but just double check that your partner is. That's it. That's it. I don't think there are other inevitable things, maybe just optional, but everything I just outlisted, I suppose this is the full list of something the man needs to be ready to become a father. And definitely you can and should leave any comments and give any other useful advice if you have some. Just share some information with me and with the audience about this. If you have watched this video till this moment, I hope it was quite interesting and useful for you. And now it's time for me to share my story and finally give the correct answer about my age. At the moment of making this video, I am 26 years old. My daughter is just 2 years old, just a bit under, so that makes me a father at 24. At that time, and actually even now, most of my male friends are not even thinking about being a father. And I'm talking about those people who have a relationship, have money, have a house, have everything. That makes me think that I'm quite a young father. I started working at 18 years old, and there was no critical need in money. Yes, I was still a child. And there was a push from my mom that you need to grow up. And I wanted a computer to play games that my mom wouldn't buy me. So I started working. I was working just on Sundays because from Monday to Saturday I was studying in the university. So for about 3 to 4 years I literally had no day offs except for some holidays. I bought a computer, other stuff, I had some relationship, blah blah blah. And then at the age of 21 I graduated university with a bachelor degree in finance, changed the job to a full-time, and started a new relationship with a person I now call wife. As for a place to live, we lived separately for about 9 months. Then we found a small flat, a rental one. I lived there for about 3 years. Then I turned 24. I got master's degree, by the way. I asked, she said yes. We got married. She got pregnant. We got a new flat, this one actually, and it's not a big one. There's just one kitchen, one room, one restroom, that's all. Recently I received keys from a new flat. I bought it a year ago, not without support of bank, of course. It's bigger, but now it's empty. Yeah, so there is nothing there, even walls. So definitely it will take some more time and effort to be able to move there. But right now we are doing just great, and I don't regret deep diving into this adult life at the age I did. So that's the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed the video. Press the like button, subscribe to the channel for new videos. Thank you.